does beauty have to be seen in order to feel one with the object of beauty? The reason I ask is last week when I was in Florence and I went inside the Duomo, I had no idea what to expect. But as soon as I entered the place, tears started streaming down my face, and my heart was full of gratitude. And I had no explanations. It had nothing to do with not being able to see it. So my mind went to work and wanted to know what happened. And it came up with a lot of questions, about a lot of answers. One of them being, you're just in vacation mode, or you're just being grateful for being there, and all kinds of answers.
Okay.
Finally, it said, ask Rupert. So here I am with a question.
Mani, when the mind comes up with an answer such as, oh, Mani, it's just because you're in vacation mode. This is the mind trying to dumb down what is really happening and to dismiss it as some trivial experience. Oh, it's just because you're on holiday, therefore you feel this is... Why does the mind want to dumb down or dismiss this experience? Because in the experience that you describe, which is the experience of beauty, the mind was not present.
No.
And the mind realizes, oh, if Mani has this experience again and again, there's no room, this is the mind talking, there's no room, there's no place for me in this experience, and therefore I'm going to appropriate the experience and dumb it down and dismiss it. Oh, it's just because you're on holiday, or because that's the mind trying to appropriate the experience, Mani. But you're quite right that if it was just because you were on holiday, you'd been on holiday for a week. Why weren't you on holiday? Why weren't you in tears walking down the street? Or there was something very special about that building. You went into the Duomo, and even though you can't see it, the fact that I would suggest the fact that you can't see it has opened a new channel in you, a new channel of sensitivity, and that enabled you to perceive the building without perceiving it, to feel it, because buildings exude what has gone into the make of them. And you don't need to see a building to feel that. You just have to be open and sensitive and receptive. And you have developed this acute sensitivity to make up for the fact that you can't see. And so you're very sensitive. You go into the place and you feel immediately what the building is really, what it's an expression of, which is what we're talking about here. And so your mind dissolved, the mind that separates experience into a subject and object, the object-knowing mind dissolved in you. That's what the experience of beauty is, the dissolution of the subject-object relationship. And you didn't need to see the building in order for the subject-object relationship to collapse. Just your sensitivity, just being there, being in that space was sufficient for your object-knowing mind to subside And when your object-knowing mind subsides, awareness shines. And the shining of awareness is the experience of beauty. And that's actually why the places like the Duomo are built. It's why we have art in our culture, that the ultimate purpose of art is to collapse the apparent distinction between the subject and the object. So in fact, the purpose of a work of an art is not to draw you towards the object. The purpose of a work of art is to dissolve the subject-object relationship. When Cézanne was asked about his paintings, he didn't say to people, oh, I'm painting Mont Saint-Victoire over and over again because I want people to see how beautiful the mountain is. I wanted to see what it looks like in the autumnal light. I wanted people to see what it looks like in the... He didn't say that. When people asked him, why does he keep painting Mont Saint-Victoire over and over again, he said, because I want to give people a taste of nature's eternity. A taste of that which is eternal in nature, infinite being. Not because he wanted them to see a mountain. So the purpose of art is not to draw our attention towards the object. It is to dissolve the subject-object relationship. And as a result, to allow reality, in Cézanne's word, nature's eternity, to shine. And you had that experience, Mani. And then when the mind and the body, when the dualistic tendencies of the mind dissolve, that there is this deep relaxation in the body. And one of the ways we express this deep relaxation in the body is tears. Sometimes it's laughter. But for you it was tears. That was your body's response to this taste of nature's eternity. So don't let your mind persuade you that it's just because you're on holiday.
When there was this overwhelming feeling of gratitude.
Yes. Yes, well, that's beautiful. That is the mind coming back online after it has plunged into awareness. It comes back online, and before it appropriates the experience and says it's just because you're on holiday, it comes back suffused with the perfume of awareness and gratitude, awe, wonder, praise. These are the qualities of a mind that has been infused with the perfume of our true nature.
It was a really beautiful feeling. I mean, I even gave a kiss to Sureka. I don't know if the gods approved of that.
Say that again, man. You even...
What's that?
What did you say to
I mean, it was such a beautiful feeling.
Yes.
I kissed Sureka.
You kissed Sureka.
I don't know if the gods
response,
approved of
man.
that.
That's God will definitely have approved that. That's the best possible response.
Thank you, Rupert.
Thank you, Mani.